All right, welcome to the explainer. Look, if you've ever even thought about setting up a security camera system, you know the real nightmare isn't picking the camera. It's the wiring, right? Well, today we are breaking down the one device that fixes all of that, the PoE switch.
Okay, so picture this. You're setting up a new security system. You've got these awesome high-def cameras picked out. You know exactly where they need to go for the perfect shot. And then, bam, you run smack into the biggest, most frustrating roadblock of the whole project.
Yep, it's the wiring. It's this total nightmare of having to run two separate cables to every single camera. One for data, so you can actually see the video, and a whole other one just for power. Think about it. That means more drilling, and you've got to have a power outlet handy for every camera. I mean, what are the odds of that, especially when you're trying to put one outside or up high in a tricky spot? But what if you could just get rid of half that work? What if one single, ordinary network cable could do it all? Handle the video feed and power up the camera? Well, that's not science fiction. This is where one simple but absolutely game-changing device comes in.
All right, let's pull back the curtain and meet the star of the show, the Power over Ethernet switch, or, as we all call it, the PoE switch. Honestly, this thing is the unsung hero of any modern camera network.
So what is it really? At its heart, a PoE switch is just a super smart solution that does two jobs at once. It's a network switch, so it's directing all your camera data where it needs to go, but here's the magic trick. It also pushes electrical power right down that same Ethernet cable directly to your camera. No extra plugs, no fuss.
I mean, look at this. It really breaks it down, doesn't it? One cable does everything. You can finally throw out all those bulky power adapters that come with the cameras and just plug everything into one central spot. Your whole setup just got way cleaner and a whole lot faster to install. Okay, so what does this actually mean for you in the real world when you're the one up on a ladder or trying to plan out a big installation? Well, let's just say the benefits are huge and you feel them right away. The advantages here are just massive. First off, installation is a breeze. Less cable means less work, which saves you time and, yep, money. Then there's flexibility. You can put a camera literally anywhere you can run a network cable, not just where there's a power outlet. Plus, your whole system gets more reliable because it's all powered from one central spot. And scaling up? Adding a new camera is as easy as plugging in one more cable. Done. And let's talk about distance for a second, because this is a really big deal. We're talking about running power and data over a single cable for up to 100 meters. That's 328 feet. That's more than the length of a football field. It's perfect for covering a huge property, a big warehouse, you name it, all without having to worry about the signal dying or finding a power source out in the middle of nowhere. All right, so you're probably thinking, okay, I get it, I need one, but which one? It's not a one-size-fits-all kind of thing, but don't worry, it really just comes down to answering a couple of key questions about what you need. So your first big choice is this: managed or unmanaged? Think of an unmanaged switch as the set it and forget it option. It's pure plug and play. You just plug everything in and it works. It's simple, it's cheaper, and it's perfect for most home or small business setups. A managed switch, on the other hand, is for the power user. It gives you a ton of control. You can fine-tune your network, check on your cameras, and even restart a camera that's frozen without ever leaving your chair. It's definitely the way to go for bigger, more complex networks. Okay, this chart right here, this is basically your shopping checklist. First up, port count. Simple, right? How many cameras do you have now, and how many might you add later? Always get a few extra ports. Next, and this one's super important, is the power budget. That's the total amount of power in watts the switch can push out across all its ports. You just add up the wattage for all your cameras and make sure the switch's budget is higher. Then you got to think about the PoE standard, that's how much power each individual port can handle, and a few other things like bandwidth and whether it's going to be living in a freezing cold or super hot environment. Yeah, getting this power standard right is absolutely crucial. A simple fixed camera, standard PoE is probably going to be just fine. But if you have one of those fancy PTZ cameras, you know, the ones that pan, tilt, and zoom, or a camera with a built-in heater for the winter, those things are power hungry. They're going to need the extra juice from PoE Plus or maybe even PoE++. The bottom line is always check the spec sheet for your camera first. Okay, so once you've picked out the perfect switch, here's the best part. Actually connecting everything is way easier than you think. Seriously, it's this easy. Step 1, plug your router into the switch. That gets it online. Step 2, plug the switch into the wall. Step 3, run your network cables from the switch out to each of your cameras. The switch is smart. It'll automatically find the cameras and send them power. After that, you just do a little configuration on the cameras themselves and then tell your NVR, that's your recorder, where to find them. And that's it, you're up and running. But wait, there's more. A really good switch isn't just about what it does today. It's about making sure your system is solid and reliable for years to come. So let's talk about a few pro features you might want to look for. If you want maximum uptime, and who doesn't, these are the features to look for. Uninterrupted PoE means your cameras keep recording even when the switch is rebooting for an update. So cool. PoE self-healing might be my favorite though. If a camera locks up, the switch automatically detects it and just reboots it for you. No more climbing ladders in the middle of the night. These are the little things that make a huge difference in keeping your system online 24/7. And you know, this quote from Omnitron Systems really hits the nail on the head. Choosing the right PoE switch isn't just some minor detail. It's pivotal. It's a foundational piece of your entire security setup. Making a smart choice here is what lets your whole system work the way it's supposed to, both now and in the future. So as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with this thought. A PoE switch isn't just another box in your network closet. It's really the central nervous system for your whole camera system. And when you choose the right one, you're doing way more than just making installation easier. You're actually building the foundation for a security system that's reliable, easy to expand, and ready for whatever the future throws at it.